Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna do a video that I planned to do like a year and a half ago. We're finally gonna film it. These are the transformation videos that were going around YouTube like a year or two ago. People were doing the normal to goths and the normal to this, or the goths to normal. So I'm just gonna do the straight normal to goth. I do plan on doing a part 2 where I do like a pastel goth version, but we're gonna do the normal to goth. So yeah, if that sounds interesting and you want to see how I go from this to my version of what goth would be if I was full-on goth, then definitely stick around. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the part 2 and all my other videos. And we're going to jump into the transformation. Okay, so we're going to scoot over just a little bit. I apologize. This is probably going to be a long video, so I'm going to apologize to you now. I haven't moisturized or primed or anything, so I'm going to do that now, and I'll do my little disclaimer. I don't want anybody to take this to be offensive. Goth is one of those things where I feel like I'm goth at heart. I just don't. I mean, I wear a lot of black, but I don't necessarily do my makeup like in a goth style. So I would say I'm a little more alternative, but not full on. But I don't want anybody to think that I'm being offensive, because that is not my intent. These were videos that were really popular on YouTube a while ago, and then the trend kind of faded. So I'm just going to go in with like a blurring primer, trying to stay away from my dewy stuff. And I'm going to do my whole face because I have to go to work later today, but I'll take this off. I'm not going to wear this to work. So we'll actually put foundation on my whole face, because right now we're in a little bit of a pandemic and I generally don't put foundation past the bridge of my nose. So it's weird to put like the products all the way down, because currently we're not doing that. And then I think we're going to go in with the matte primer, because I feel like, I'm sure there are people that do the goth thing that wear more shimmer, but we're going to do what would be like the mainstream idea a little bit. I think I'm going to incorporate a little bit of color just because it's me, because this is going to be my version of if I was goth, what my face would look like. So there's going to be a little bit of color, but not a lot. Okay. It's hard not to use the glowy primers. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of the e.l.f. one on top of that. I feel like the texture of my skin's been bad lately. I'm sure everybody's is, with everything that's been going on and having to wear masks. So it's going to double up on the putty primer. And And then I have a problem with foundation staying on my nose, like around in here. Some of it's because I do tend to have to wipe my nose a lot. I have allergies, but a trick that I found that helps is putting a little bit of primer, like eye primer, on your nose. So we're going to do a little bit of that today, since I'm going to actually... It hasn't been too bad lately because I don't go this far down with my foundation because of the masks. I stop about mid-bridge, so it hasn't been an issue lately, which is one of the nice things. But since we're gonna, I don't even know if foundation's gonna stick on my face. We'll see. It may not. All right. Kind of let that sit for just a second. Generally, when I'm doing my makeup, I like to do like 30 seconds. And then we're really going to lock it in. So I'm just going to use some Smashbox primer water. Normally, I would go in with the dewy one, but again, we don't necessarily want the dewy today. Now, I didn't really plan out foundation that well. I think I'm going to mainly use concealer. I do have a light foundation, but I think we'll just use concealer on my face, because that's, I think I'm pretty sure my concealer is more pale than my light foundation. We'll see. I am going to color correct, although I probably could use the dark circles in my favor with this. And this is just the Pixie. I'm probably not going to talk about the products as I go here, just because this isn't a tutorial per se. If you are interested in products, just leave me a comment and I'll add them to the description, because I'm always really bad about remembering to add those. So, okay. So I'll probably mix some Tarte Shape Tape with this. My skin tone, thankfully, is not bad, so I don't tend to need a lot. Like I said, and I'll doll up a little bit of some Tarte Shape Tape just because I have it. I think that'll be lighter. I do have, I think it's a Maybelline Fit Me in like 112 or 115, because I was crazy and for a long time thought that that was my shade. Let me do, I guess it really doesn't matter. I was going to do under my eyes first, but probably doesn't matter at this point. And then if I need to go back and build this up anywhere, I'll do that. Kind of had an idea of what I was going to do in my head, but I obviously didn't like set out products or anything. I honestly wasn't, I knew I was going to film it soon, but I didn't know exactly when I was going to film this. So yeah, at one point when I, you know, like a year or two ago when I had initially planned on filming this, I had bought the Manic Panic. They sell a white foundation, like a pure white, and it looked horrible on my skin, like horrible. I think the only people that can pull that off are teenagers, because I have way too much texture. I ended up giving it to a friend of mine because it was bad. My friend Lauren does really like pale foundation, so I think she was using it like as a mix-in, which I had thought about keeping it as just a mix-in medium, which I may buy another one for that, but I was worried about how it mixed, because on its own it just was so bad, because I have the ABH, not that anybody cares, the ABH foundation, and mine is too dark. So you can get it on Amazon, at least you could, but yeah, it's made by Manic Panic, but on its own just did not look good on my skin. Like I said, I may, although I probably don't need it, because with the ABH I generally tend to just mix in the Maybelline or some concealer, do a couple of dots and then concealer, and it brings it down. I think I'm gonna put just a tiny bit more under my eyes, just because I feel like there's a little bit. Normally I go in with a darker concealer over the color corrector and then the brightening, but going super light with my whole face, I didn't want that like darker color showing through. So I was worried about not being able to mask it enough, putting the concealer all over. And we'll just rub that on my eyelid. I will probably go in with an eye primer maybe also, but all right, I think that's probably as good as that's gonna get. So let's try and set this. I'm gonna, under my eyes, I'm gonna use the KVD, the Lock-It powder. I've been doing better about not calling it Kat Von D. I did get one of the KVD mystery bags. I got some good stuff in mine. I saw some reviews later where people are, we're getting old products. Well, the whole reason I think they did that was because they were trying to move old stock, because I think they do want to rebrand a little bit, but they've got all this old inventory left over from when she was part of the company. So it's like, what's the easiest way to get rid of it? Well, let's just do some mystery bags and move that stuff out so we can bring in some new stuff. I don't know. I feel like people are always going to think of her a little bit just because they're still keeping with her aesthetic, at least with the blushes that they've released that are new. But I never had a problem with the brand. She just made some bad personal choices, so I still used her stuff even when she was being kind of a dingbat, but because I love the tattoo liner. It's one of my favorite liners of all time. It's really, really easy to use. So I set under my eyes in my like T-zone with this. It's a good powder. It's a translucent, but it's a good powder. I like it. So over the rest of my face, I'm just going to use the Revlon Color Stay. Is this in a shade? No, this is translucent. They do make this, I think, in shades too. When I bought this, I wasn't sure what my shade would be. Probably like the light one, but I ended up just getting the translucent. This is like they claim it's like 16-hour wear or something. It does work really well. Keeps everything matte. Okay. All right. So there is that. I feel like I want to go in with just a little bit of the e.l.f. Halo powder. This has a little bit of a shimmery glow to it, but not, I don't think it's going to be crazy, because this is going to be my version, and I like glitter. So we'll do a little bit of that. I guess I could have used a glowy primer and it wouldn't have mattered, but I'm debating if I want to do my skin finish, because this gives a nice glow too. Maybe we'll do a little bit. Why not? I'll try not to go in as heavy-handed as I would normally. End up looking like one of the vampires from Twilight. Okay. I don't think that's bad. Like I said, I have a little bit of a glow, but it's not horrible. Let's do the Milani Make It Last spray. I do multiple layers of setting spray anyway. I'm just going to use all the matte ones instead of the glittery ones like I, again, would normally do. Okay. For contour, where are you? I do have a gray one that I got in an Apocalyptic Beauty subscription. This is Out of the Mist. This is from their Glamour Ghoul monthly. Like the Glamour Ghoul was the theme for that month. This is out of their bag. So this is a gray. So maybe we'll go in with a little bit of that, and then we'll use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Maybe we'll mix a little bit because I feel like that's really gray. So I'm thinking maybe I can mix the light shade in here with the gray, because I feel like the gray, this gray I feel like is like straight gray, and I don't know if I necessarily want straight gray. So let's mix a little bit here. Let me find a contour brush. I'll do contour and then highlighter, and then I'll figure out what color I'm going to use for my eyebrows. I stopped getting the Apocalyptic Look of the Month bags just because I find that I'm not using the products. Not that they're bad, but it drives me nuts that there's no like sifter on this, and stuff is messy. Oh Lord, it's messy. Okay. And it drives me nuts because I feel like when you buy normally from them, their stuff comes with a sifter, because I have a blush from them. I think it's called Succubus. So hopefully that lighter brown kind of, because I want it to be cool tone, but I don't necessarily want it straight, like graveyard dirt. Maybe this looks more like graveyard dirt than... Now I can use bronzer, which that's kind of weird because I always... That's not a bad shade. I think doing that lighter brown and with the gray helped a little bit, because like I said, I don't necessarily want it to be cool tone, but not necessarily like straight gray. We'll contour up here. I'm just using a tiny bit of that gray with a cooler brown. I can see it because I said I want this to look like Gothic, but I don't want it to look like costumey. I want it like if I was actually going to go out, this is what I would want it to look like. So like if I was going to, you know, go out like this, I want it to be somewhat decent, like not necessarily like... That's why my nose, because my nose runs, my nose does not stay. Makeup doesn't stay on my nose. I'm going in with a little bit of the deeper shade, just kind of in the temple area, just because my face, my forehead's kind of large, and I feel like I end up looking flat if I don't contour. I do have a bronzer from them, but it's real warm, like real warm. So I don't think we're gonna use that. I will contour my nose. I think I'm gonna go in with the mid and light shade. Contour. It's been so long since I've done the contouring on my lip. I forget how to do it. I am going to contour my Cupid's bow, which I normally do under normal circumstances, just because my Cupid's bow is not super pronounced. So contouring it gives the illusion that it's fuller than it is. And then that's why I contour on my lower lip too. It creates the illusion that it's fuller. So there we go. Okay. For highlight, I think we'll do... I have like the Moonchild palette. I want something really icy. Let's see if I can grab it. I have a white one in here from Makeup Revolution. This is in Flash. So let's use this one. I think this will be light enough if I can get it open. Let me get this open. Okay. And I'll be right. So we're gonna go in with Flash. This is probably going to be one of my lightest highlighters. That I own. I had a hard time opening it because I don't know that I've ever actually used it, because it is very light. So I think if I do use this, I'm gonna have to mix it. But for this, I think it's pretty. Okay. I want to do a little bit of blush, but I don't think I should. I do have some cool tone ones from KBD Beauty that I could probably get away with. Yeah, which one's this? Rosebud is pretty cool tone, so I think if I was gonna do a blush and just do a little bit kind of up in here, I could probably get away with Rosebud. It's a little cooler toned. And this is the order that I do highlight and then blush, just because I think it blends in better. So I think we'll just do a little bit, just going up the cheeks, just to give a little bit of color. And then I usually put a little bit on the temples, again, because it gives a little dimension. Put some on the chin, on my nose, now that I've got makeup on my face. Okay. For eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with my cushion. This is in medium, but I'm gonna, from Iconic London, but I'm gonna use the middle shade instead of the light shade like I've normally been doing. Let me find my brow brush. Even the lighter shade in this duo is a little dark for me, but with my hair being blonde, but I'm gonna grow my roots out and have like a shadow root, so I think I could probably go back to using this, because I feel like they do a light, medium, and deep. I feel like the light is gonna be too light. I do like the formula of this. I think I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera just because it's gonna be painful to watch, and I'll come in. Right, so I tried to make a match. I did a little bit more of a pointed eyebrow. I like the pointed eyebrow. It just doesn't suit my everyday aesthetic, but I felt like for this type of a look, I could pull it off. So, and I just did it in dark brown. The wig I have is black, but I didn't think I needed to have black eyebrows. It's pretty dark. So I just used my MAC paint pot. So for shadow, I'm just gonna use the Smoke Show. I think it's called Blowing Smoke, maybe not. They changed the name of this palette. And then I've got the pink one out just because I'm gonna do a little bit of pop of pink in it. And we'll just get started. So this is gonna be just like a gray smoky eye, and I'll do a little bit of a color, like one of the shimmers probably out of here, and then a little pop of pink in the inner corner, I think that's what I'm thinking in my head. We'll see if that comes out well or not. It may not. Yeah, I think I have the original one. I think there was a copyright issue, so I think they renamed it. I think I have the original one. I don't know if I have a renamed one or not. It's the gray palette from ColourPop. I'm going in with Stone Face, which is the lighter gray, which I probably don't need to. Just a little bit through the crease. This isn't going to be a super complicated look. We'll do Slated, which is like a medium gray. I almost decluttered this palette, and I'm glad I kept it. And I ended up keeping the pink one. I don't need it. I have this gigantic pink purple Morphe palette, Such a Gem, whatever, the monstrosity of it. It's this huge palette. I don't know that I'm ever going to buy another large Morphe palette. There's a lot of people that I think are done supporting Morphe anyway, but their big palettes are just too large. I think I'm over the gigantic palette phase. It's too much of a palette for me. Move my mirror just a little bit. But I ended up I was going to declutter the pink and the purple palettes just because I felt like I didn't need them having that, because the Morphe is a drugstore brand, drugstore-ish brand, like ColourPop. But with the quarantine, I didn't really have anybody to give it to, and I ended up keeping them, but I like them. They're nice little palettes. Probably what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up getting rid of the Morphe one at some point just because it's so big. Because it's just easier for me to pull out the small one. Yeah, that Morphe one. I don't even know why I bought that. I bought that because I went in looking for the Manny MUA palette because I wanted to test it out, and they didn't have it, so I ended up buying that one. I don't even know why I bought it because it is so big. Just going in with a little bit of the black. Yeah, it's just god-awfully large. I don't even know why I bought it. It's one that I bought it because I had looked at it. There's a couple of YouTubers that I watched that liked it. They gave it decent reviews. So I was like, oh, I'll get that instead. Since I'm here, I was in Ulta. Since I'm here and I need to buy something, I shouldn't have bought it. And I think I wasn't going to get it because it was so big. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm here. I'll just buy something else. Still kind of regretting that purchase because I think I've only used it twice. Totally regretting my life choices with that. And then we're just gonna oh, my white's about to pop out. Okay. I think I heard that these were magnetic, that you can pop them out. That white kind of seemed like it was getting ready to go. I don't know if that's true. I don't know where I heard that. I could just be making that up. I think I was watching somebody's channel and I think I heard him say that these little plastic ones are magnetic. So if you can get underneath them, you can pop them out. Maybe. Yeah, because that white shade was just about ready to go. I pushed it back in. Okay. So for the shimmer, I wanted something with a little bit of a pink reflex. So I think I'm going to use that. It's called Tickled. Going with my finger and then I'll clean it up with a brush. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want something necessarily like pink on the lid, but I wanted something that had a little bit of a pink reflect. So let's get a flat brush of some sort and then I can clean that up. My eyes are hooded, so that is going to transfer. I probably should have put a glitter primer down with that, but I think we'll be okay. I'm going to take a little bit of this, it's called Smoking. It's like a darker slate gray. We'll put that and help transition between the mattes and the shimmer that I got on my lid. And then I'm going to take a little bit of, it's called Opulent. It's kind of a fuchsia-y shade. And this is going to go in the inner corner. And then I may put a highlight on top of it. Just because I want a pop of color, but I don't want it all over my lid. Kind of like this trend where you do like a bright color in the inner corner. I don't know if this is like unicorn tier, mermaid tier. It had some sort of magical name. Okay, and then for highlighter, we'll just do, since it's on top, Mars Melter from Kaleidos, and we'll just put that on top. It's got a pink reflect in it, so I think it'll pair good. Pair nicely with that shade. Say a proper sentence, that would be good. Okay. And then for the lower lash line, I think, if I could find a different brush, I think I'm just going to go in with that. Let's do Full Metal. It's another shimmer. I was going to do the same one that I did on the is like the transition between the pinky one, but we'll use this color instead. It's another gunmetal shade. And I may put a little bit of the straight silver underneath it to kind of help. I end up doing a lot of shimmer on my eyes because I end up doing a shimmer on the lid and then shimmer on the lower lash line. But like I said, I do like glitter. So I think even being slightly gothic, I would still be doing some glitter. I don't think that would just go away. I would just be incorporating it differently like what I'm doing. So that's not bad. Okay. I'm going to do liner and I'm going to try and put lashes on. I don't wear them often anymore. And then I will grab my wig and we'll come back for like the finished product. Okay, here we are. I don't think I have the wig in quite the right spot, but I think we're close enough. For lips, I went in with Palm Beach from Ofra. Like I said, I still like pink. I still like glitter. I don't know that me being a little more alternative would necessarily change that because pink and black have always been my favorite colors. I did throw some lashes on. They're not quite in the right spot on this side. We were having words, but I did get them on. So I don't know. I kind of like this with the pop of pink in the corner, with the pink lip, with the dark hair. The liner is just the Dagger KVD liner, and then I have it's the Starlux Pro Luxe pen, and it's got the little like star stamper. So I don't know, I like the way the look came out. Like I said, I have a little tiny bit of blush contour. You can't even really see the contour on my forehead, but yeah, this I think is pretty close. If I was gonna go like full on goth, I would probably honestly still have blonde hair, but I figured since I had the black wig, might as well put it on. So I think this is pretty close to what it would look like if I was gonna go like full on goth. So let me know what you think. The bangs on this wig are atrocious. I've been meaning to do something with them. I just never have. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the finished product. Like I said, I didn't have to use a ton of stuff. There's more stuff on my eyes than anything else. So let me know what you thought. I do have a light pink wig. I was going to do like a pastel-y goth version. So let me know if anybody would be interested in seeing that, and I can do part 2 to this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure you are subscribed. Hopefully this was fun. This was meant to be entertaining, nothing like too serious. Hopefully you all are staying safe, and I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your day. Bye everybody.